Hello everybody and welcome back to Elementary Statistics Online at Frederick Community College. In this video I will talk to you about conditional probability and how to solve this one problem on your online homework that sometimes tends to be a little bit challenging. But once you see it done once, it will be clear that it's not so bad. So let's go back to the formula and talk about this a little bit. So in general, the probability of event A, given that event B happened, and this vertical line right here represents that this is a conditional probability, it's computed by finding the probability of two events happening at the same time, divided by the probability of B. So what would be a good example to consider? Let's say I'd like to draw one card, okay, from a standard deck of 52 cards. Okay, and I'd like to ask you this following question. What is the probability that I get diamonds? Okay, and the answer is, well, how many cards that are diamonds are there? 13. And there's a total of 52 cards. So 13 out of 52, that's 1/4. Okay, and that's our standard, very basic formula for computing the probability of an event happening. Now, what if I said, what is the probability that my card is diamonds, given that it's red? So I gave you some additional information about the event that just happened, and this changes the probability because now we have the probability that it's diamonds and red divided by the probability that it's red. Well, let's see. How many cards are there that are diamonds and red? Only 13, right? 13 out of 52. And then how many cards are there that are red? 26 out of 52. So this fraction reduces to 1/2. Okay, and now if you look at these, they're different numbers, and this should be intuitive, right? If I would tell you, okay, my card is red, what is the chance that it's diamond? You say, okay, well, there's only hearts and diamonds that are red, so now your sample space is reduced to half of deck. You no longer care about the other 26 cards. Okay, now what if I ask you the following? What is the probability that the card is diamonds, given that it's black? Your intuition should say, well, that can't happen, so the probability should be 0, and that's the right answer. What's the probability that I have diamonds and black? How many cards are there that satisfy this? None, right? So here we get 0 out of 52 divided by 26 black cards out of 52 total. That's still 0. Okay, so here's a very quick example of conditional probability and how additional information can change the probability of an event of interest. So now let's go ahead and go back to our online homework. Okay, and let's see what we have here. We have a fast food restaurant chain that has 580 outlets in the United States, and they categorize them by the region and the size of the population in that city. So here we have the number of these restaurants, right? For each of the categories. So this one right here, let's say 59 restaurants in northeastern region with cities that fall into this range right here. Okay, so what I would do, I would download this data in Excel spreadsheet. So I already did it here. It won't look like that initially because I've computed these summations. I've computed the total number of restaurants for each of the categories. So here I have 76 restaurants and cities with populations under $50,000 and so forth. And how would you do it? This is really simple. You do enter sum and then just highlight your cells. Okay, this is how you would do it. And you can also do the same thing for adding these numbers and these numbers to make sure that you get 580. Okay, that's the total number of observations. So once you get that done, you don't have to do it. You can do it just on a piece of paper, but I think it's convenient to have this option. Let's go ahead and answer all of the questions. Let's see. The first one says, given that the restaurant is located in a city with a population over 500,000, okay? So over 500,000, that's how many I have. Over 500,000. What is the probability that it is in the northeast? So now I'm looking at these numbers right here and find the one that says northeast. So this one, okay? So now my fraction is 145 out of 260. Let's check. How is that incorrect? Okay, so it didn't like the fraction. Let's see if it likes the decimal. So if we do the decimal, we get, let's see, what do they want? 4 decimal places. 5577. Let's check that. Okay, all right. So it doesn't like the fraction. That means we need to actually compute it on a calculator and plug in the decimal. Okay, let's keep going. Given that the restaurant is located in southeast, so let's go back to my spreadsheet. Southeast. All right, now I'm going to be dealing with this guy. I'm just going to highlight it for now. Southeast, 155 total. What is the probability that it is in a city with a population under 50,000? Under 50,000. That's this one right here. Okay, so that's 31 out of 155.2. Okay, that looks good. Let's keep going. Given that the restaurant is located in southwest, I'm gonna go to my southwest. This is the guy that I'll be dealing with. Southwest. 109 is gonna go in the denominator. Now this is my sample space, not 580. Okay, what do they want? What is the probability that it is in a city with population of 500,000 or less? 500,000 or less. That's these two numbers, right? So now we gotta add these two. So what is this? 12 plus 65, that's 77. So we do 77 divide by 109. Okay. 0.7064. Let's see if that's right. 0.7064. Let me check. That looks good. Okay, 2 more to go. Given that the restaurant is located in a city with a population of 500,000 or less. Okay, 500,000 or less. That's these two numbers. Let's highlight them something different. So what is my denominator then? Well, let's just see, 244 plus 76. Okay, 320. That's what's gonna go in my denominator. Okay, what is the probability that it is in southwest? So southwest, now these two. Okay, so now we have 77 out of 320. So let's compute that. 77 out of 320. 0.2406. That's gonna go here. 0.2406. Okay, one more to go. Given that the restaurant is located in the south, so either southeast or southwest. All right, let me remove these for now. Southeast or southwest. So let's see what our denominator should be. That's 155 plus 109. And I'm going to highlight them the same color. Okay, so that's my south. 155 plus 109. Okay, given that that's my sample space, what is the probability it is in a city with a population of 50,000 or more? 50,000 or more. That's these guys right here. Okay, so you can do this plus this plus this plus this number here. Okay, 221 out of 264. So 221 out of 264, we get 0.8371. Okay, that's everything. All right, so for this problem, what have we learned? Well, first of all, you can't plug in fractions, right? Okay, so you gotta give them the decimal. Okay, we can deal with that. But what I would strongly recommend, download this into an Excel spreadsheet. It will make your computations a little bit quicker. And then work through this one at a time. Given, whatever given, that is your denominator. That's your sample space. Okay, go find the sum. That's what's going to go in the bottom of the fraction. And then you look in that row or rows or columns, depending on what the question is, to find the number for the top. Okay, what is the probability? It's northeast, so that was the first one. That's what I had for the first question. Find the decimal value, plug it in. Okay, all right, I hope this was very helpful for you guys, and thanks for watching.